Hi, I'm Kat. The Pink Coconut television crew have gone to paradise. Without me. Thanks a lot, guys. But we have a very special episode just for you. The very first episode of Pink Coconut Television featuring Renee Naufahu, Joe Naufahu and Rhea. Great performances. It's director's cut especially made for you. So here it is.
Hi there, thanks for joining us and welcome to our debut show of Pink Coconut Television. Yeah, it's our first ever show, so if I fob up or the set falls apart, it's all scripted. So what is Pink Coconut Television? Well, quite simply put, it is a show about anything and everything. We cover all your favourite subjects from art, theatre, film, politics, sports, the politics of sports, the price of milk, parenting, how to avoid being a parent if that's the case. If it's hot and trending, no doubt we'll cover it. Now on tonight's show we'll have a special acoustic performance from a Kiwi R&B singer. I'll be dropping clues about the singer. Let's see if you can work out who it is. We're also going to chat to the editor of Pink Coconut, the online magazine. Alright, time to meet our featured guests. With me on the desk, two brothers who are no strangers to our TV sets and movie screens. Renee and Joe Naufahu. Boys, thanks for coming on board.
Hello. Good to be here, man. Good to be here, brother.
Mostly guys. Hey, I struggled with the intro for you both, so I'm hoping you can help me out here. I had the brothers actors slash musicians slash dancers slash writers slash directors. Is that the correct order? And did I miss anything out?
Just the Queenslanders at the end.
Yeah, Queenslanders.
Yeah.
Do we really want to go there? Now, before we talk
One
about
in a row. Yeah.
We'll take it too. Now, before we talk about the film The Last Saint, we want to get up close and personal with you both. We want to get to know you better. So what's the cultural background? And where did you boys grow up?
Well, we were, I was born in Herne Bay, and then my parents made the great real estate decision to move out to New South Remuera, which was going to be Otara. Hell yeah. So on one of the great real estate moves, we sold up our dingy little villa, which was, would just be worth a couple of mil nowadays, and moved out to a government state house out in Manukau.
Now, are there any other siblings in the family?
I'll throw it over to you, man.
Yeah, we got a couple of sisters and a couple of brothers. One brother. So we got one sister.
Queensland.
What do you know?
What
do you know that I don't know?
What sister
We're
lives?
letting all the skeletons out of the closet now, aren't we?
Yeah.
What sister lives in New York?
I'm adopted.
Did you not know that? One sister lives in New York. One sister lives here in Auckland with us, and we got a bro that's solid New South Welshman.
Yes.
He's a hard New South Welshman, and he lives in Sydney. Yeah.
New South. Yeah. I like it. Now, you guys talked about growing up playing rugby, so
Playing a rugby.
Yeah,
we was playing a rugby. What did you do when you was grow up?
It was scripted. It's in my script. So when did acting come into play? Was it ever there when you guys were young? If you guys were pursuing rugby?
No, not really. It was just really for the both of us. It was just something that it was just one of those cheesy things. First experience in front of a camera was I did a music video, and I was walking along the street with my girlfriend at the time, and someone asked a couple, what was that classic car pulls over and asked us if we wanted to do a video. Yeah. I woke up a few hours later, and all of a sudden I was famous in Holland. No.
Do you want some counselling, bro?
You're wearing a mask.
Did you feel like Queensland shoulder? Anyway, so
that music video led on to an opportunity on Shortland Street, like you said.
Yeah, a courthouse on Shortland Street, and that was his first. That was your first break into acting, because Sam Eleni had a younger brother named Nat Eleni, who was, you know, a really unusual story for New Zealand soap opera. He was a brown guy that was into gangs, and he was in trouble.
That's breaking new ground.
That was really
Breaking all the
cutting
stereotypes.
edge. Yeah, no stereotypes.
So what made you decide to grab Joe? Was it the fact that it was a brother, or the fact that he was a troubled youth? You went, oh, I know the guy.
No. He had to audition for it, like, you know, and same thing. He went with all his mates, but he was really good.
How come they had to use your bank account for?
Yeah. It was a contractual thing.
You
All his
the
money had to come to
brother/agent.
me. All his money had to come to
You
me.
got 2 accounts.
It was the Samoa way. Okay, it was him or the church. So yeah. So anyway, he got the role, and then he kind of forgot about it because his rugby was going really well. But his career got tragically cut short by
The arrest.
the prostitute scam. And
Conviction.
but they never did find the prostitute, did they? She kind of disappeared. But after that,
You're like the Samoan Hugh Grant.
I was
Teflon man.
Yeah, they call him R. Kelly. Anyway, I was very fortunate that when his rugby career finished, I was just doing my first writing and directing my first television series called The Market, and we needed someone that was very strong and had a lot of presence, but most importantly was really cheap.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely the cheapest guy we
cheap.
could find.
Yeah.
And so he came in and he got the role, and he hasn't looked back from then.
Like I said, we did some research, so I was wondering if you can. You can
That's a big jockstrap, man. Damn.
so, what role is this?
I don't know. I think that's The Rock's Hercules prequel. Called Scarecules.
Yeah.
And
I can't believe you fit into that white dress.
okay. Hey, what are these stains on it for, man?
Hey, there was two stuck together. Now they're stuck together.
We also got this one.
That was.
We went into the family home. We got the photo albums out. So
Where did you get these photos, man? Where'd you get these? Because Mum was saying she rang up the police the other night because someone dodgy was hanging around. Was that you?
Was this the audition for The Market or short audition?
Hey, you've seen that a million times now, eh? Hey, everyone does it, bro. Yeah, I started it, man. That's where it all started, bro.
This is the Hain train, bro. This is the Hain train from New South Wales.
I waited 8 years for this. Now, let's talk about the film, The Last Saint. I mean, as an actor, you arrive on set and the script's already provided for you. So what motivated you to write the script for The Last Saint?
Oh, look, as a Polynesian actor, I wanted to concentrate on stories that are urban, and we don't necessarily have to be in a lava or be 100% Whaasamo or like traditional Tongan style to tell our story. Because I think that that second generation Polynesian Pacific Islanders, man, they've got a lot of stories to tell in an urban context. And so, you know, the challenge is I wanted to write a story that caught the humanity of what's going on and the dangers that face our youth today in a truthful way.
Is this your story? Is this a story about your life or someone you know about?
Well, I think you know, I mean, it's like going up to Colonel Sanders and asking for the secret herbs and spices. You know, you don't give that. You don't give that stuff away. It's just that an artist always finds there's always elements of inspiration. Some are factual and some, you know. But I think that when it's, you know, the audience can tell whether or not it's genuine or not. It's like when a singer sings from the heart. When a vocalist finds that they can connect with the material, you get the strongest vocals from, because they're singing with their soul, right? It's the same for actors, it's the same for directors. And so what I wanted to do was, with my one, I was like, you know what? This is going to be my only chance to make a film, and if it's my chance to make a film, and it might be my last film, if it sucks, then I'm going to make sure I go out telling the story that I want to tell, surrounded by people that I want to surround myself with, you know? And so that kind of team feeling was, you know, which is the same kind of ingredient that One State of Origin 8 years in a row, where you have brothers wanting to die for each other, and we encapsulated that same feeling on set.
I guess the timing's right for the release of the film too, because I don't think audiences would have been ready 10 years ago or however long ago, you know. So now that we're able to see more Polynesians, more brown people on TV sets and on our film screens, so as an audience you go, oh yeah, I'm used to it. Because before Shortland Street, you were the only brown actor, you know, on our TV sets.
Oh, Jade, no, well, yeah, well, every night, but Jade, you know, I had pioneers, like, you know, Jay Langai, he was doing the damage, you know, and Nat Lees, and also there was the guy that did Marlon Bay, Lani Tupu.
Lani Tupu.
You know, so, you know, I was there, but, you know, I was just part of it, you know. But this, like, there's going to be challenging because the character that this guy plays on screen, and like the world, like if people think Jake the Muss is out there, there's a guy called Pinball, and he's like,
he's just mad crazy, isn't he?
He's Pinball.
So, so when you wrote the character Pinball, did you have your brother in mind to play the character?
Well, because he knows, and like we're tight. Well, we've been tight with some, you know, some extremely, you know, some funny characters and some really some people that like to live life on the edge, and sometimes, you know, they've ended up incarcerated or they've ended up in the ground, and I owed it to those guys that, you know, because they're very charismatic guys, but they're doomed, you know. It's just like, you know, like Scarface, you know, like Scarface, man, I love Scarface, you know, but, you know, he's, you know, what makes him amazing is what's going to ultimately bring him down, you know, and we hadn't had that character before, and that, you know, that's why, you know, and I mean, this guy, man, like, acting wise, like, far out.
Joe, as an actor, this role must have been juicy meat that you could sink your teeth into.
It was good fun. It was funny because the first role that he offered me was the bodyguard. So it's a character named Tiger that Xavier ends up playing, and so I think I did 1 or 2 read-throughs as Tiger, and I don't know, I just there was something about Pinball, man, and I was like, bro, you gotta give me a crack at Pinball. I said, let me have a read of Pinball, and from that read through, I just felt that was something that I could bring a little bit of my own crazy life to, and make it come alive. And that's, it was just, I mean, all the shoots were night shoots. So you're kind of in that sort of, you know, 3, 4 in the morning, you're a little bit deluded, you're getting a bit delirious, you know, and I think it kind of worked with the character. But it was heaps of fun, man.
Directing your younger brother in such for a character who's really out there and crazy, must have been an advantage knowing the way he grew up. Were there instances where
totally.
Said, remember when Mum didn't?
He's the worst.
No, there's heaps
he
of
knows
times.
how to push the buttons.
Yeah, like there's times, like, you know, directors got to talk to actors, and there was just sometimes I'll just go like, bro, I'm not feeling that shit, bro. I'm just not. You're not there. He'd get eek up, man. You know, and he'd look at me, and I could just, and he could see all the crew be like, Jerusalem, there's something there. But I knew what I needed, and I knew what I wanted, and I knew what he'd thank me at the end of the day, because it's a very, you know, the relationship between an actor and director is it's a very privileged thing to be in. It's a very rare space. See, in New Zealand, we don't really talk like this about art and because it's not the Kiwi way. But I've been very fortunate where I went to school, and man, I can joke around and muck around with everybody, you know that. But there's certain times, like with work, you have to switch on, and you have to go to that level of looking for art, and he's got very, very amazing depth and lots of places to go. But I know him, so because I know him growing up. So I can say to him, you know, Joe, you need to push it. But I won't. I'm not going to say it to him at 4 o'clock in the morning at a nightclub in K Road. Hey Joe, you need to push it. I'll be like, Joe, you need, and we'll have our way, and he'll be angry, but he listens. Like, like us all as island guys, we're bad listeners, man, but we hear it. We just don't want to admit that we hear it.
It's the pride.
So we just go, yeah.
Did it make it worse? No,
I mean,
was it worse because he is your brother? I mean, if it was someone else directing,
it's embarrassing, bro. Like in front of the set, you're just getting told your shit. It's like, oh. No, but like, you're silly. You're going hard. You're like giving everything, and then the man just comes up and goes, "Silly, what is that?" You're like, "Silly, I'm gonna punch the wall in a minute, man."
But we were talking about that, like, the whole attitude, like, because directing's like coaching, and we were thinking, man, that's probably why Valerie doesn't have an island coach. Because you imagine, like, when she's at the Commonwealth Games and she throws a no throw, you can imagine, coach, what do you think that's throw that for? What do you think that is? Oh, you're Olympic champ, you think you can throw that stuff now, eh? Could you imagine that? Like, Valerie would be like, that's how, Oh,
and then you got your mum and all the aunties in the stand throwing in their 5 cents as well.
Yeah. It's like you throw, and you throw one good throw. It's like almost world record. Yeah. And what happened to that 5 you didn't throw? Hey?
Yeah, but see the thing is, when he gives me the tips on set, it's like that. But then when it's one of the girls or the, oh no, we just work on bringing it out a little bit more.
Like they say, man, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum, man. Well, it might be right for you, but right enough for some, man.
Let's check it out.
You make the drop-offs tonight. If anything goes wrong with any of the deliveries, there'll be problems. I'm not carrying a gun. Charlie, mate. He's had enough. I say when he's had enough. Be for pain. Be for pleasure.
Do you find it difficult watching yourself, especially such an intense character like Pinball?
It's something you have to do. I find like something you have to do as an actor is you have to see what you look like and see, sort of find what your reactions and actions are like on screen, because it's but
he loves it.
No.
He watches himself.
Was it your idea to do most of the scenes shirtless?
He watches himself on screen like this. He watches. Other people hate it, man, but he loves it, man.
Especially slow motion is.
I mean, you guys are so tight as brothers. Like, do you have to spend time talking to the other members of the family and say, hey, look, I'm just acting here, I'm not reaching out about something that you said to me when I was a younger kid or anything like that?
Like Dad, after he watched, he saw some of the rough stuff, or the rough edits of Saint, and he goes, oh, I don't like that guy, eh? And I was like, this is just that character though, dude. He goes, yeah, I don't like you play that part, eh?
No, but he's pretty hardcore though.
Yeah.
He's pretty staunch.
But isn't that awesome that he said, I don't like that guy?
Yeah.
He's not seeing his son. He's seeing.
No, he met his son. he doesn't like him.
I said, Dad, why are you gonna say that about me for, man?
That's why he's a good actor.
This was before he had seen the.
Dad, there's been no movie playing.
Man, that's cold.
Now, the promotion for the movie, it's all set, all the interviews, and yes, I mean, there's going to be a lot of write-ups. One of the write-ups that I really enjoyed reading featured yourself and Beulah, who plays the lead role. It's on the online magazine Pink Coconut, and joining us right now is the editor of the online magazine, Katrina Lolo here. Welcome, Kat.
Happy to be sitting next to some Queenslanders.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Thanks, Kat. That's it. So we'll move on. Okay. Hey, Kat, how did the idea for Pink Coconut, the magazine, come about, and how did you become the editor?
Pretty much, I was having a conversation with my boss, Tony Amos, and I was telling him about how I thought we should have this avenue for PIs to come and find out about other PIs doing their thing in the industry. And he had this idea for a digital publication. So we kind of married those two ideas up together and we came up with the magazine. And it was during that conversation that he gave me the role of editor and blessed it Pink Coconut. Pretty cool.
You're 24, fresh out of uni. You're married to this idea of Pink Coconut now. You got the idea for the magazine. What's the magazine all about?
Part of my role before, working with social media and stuff, I see all these young PIs coming into the station. It's just these young, talented, creative people. And I feel like we don't have an avenue to push their work out further, within the media, or else the media doesn't want to show them that sort of attention. So that's what Pink Coconut's all about. It's just giving them that platform to showcase their work to the world, really, yeah.
And because the interview you did with Renz and Beulah,
Really great.
I mean, when you get rid of all the Queensland shit that they talk about.
Hey, take it easy, all right? You got three of us here, all right? There's three of us, all right?
Who else has been featured on Pink Coconut, the online magazine?
For the first issue, we had Paris Scobell, who I'm a huge fan of. The last July issue, we had Manu Vatuve and his brother Lopini.
Queensland supporters.
Yep. God. We've also had Giant Killer and Bowtie Click. It was really cool to see their sort of musical sensibilities and bring that up to the world as well. Yeah, pretty cool.
Do you guys sing? Do you guys
sing?
Did we sing? Yeah. Well, no.
So what's up?
No, he's done stage singing.
Yes.
There's stage singing.
Rocky
there's
Horror Picture Show.
Singing. What was it? How does it
Is
go?
that what the picture was for?
The Sword of Damocles?
This was my audition. This was my audition for Happy Days.
He's trying to kill us, bro. He's trying to.
That's right.
No, I'm happy with that.
He's nearly got you.
Thanks, Kat. Hey, talking about acting, what's method acting? That's when you...
It's when you live the character off set. So like method acting, if you're going to play someone that's I guess like a drug addict, you will
go to that length
go to that
to experience it.
Place, yeah.
So when you first landed the role of Sam Maleni, did you have to go through all the nursing training and when they learn all the jargon, the medical terms?
Worked at a cheese factory for a couple of years.
Come on, brother. I love that, man. Yeah. United, man. United. It's funny because we used to stay on the corner of St. Luke's and Sandringham Road, and that's quite a busy intersection. And there were always a lot of car crashes that always used to happen at that intersection. Like people would run red lights and all that. And I remember one night after the show just started out, where I was in bed and about, I don't know, 1:30 or something, I heard this crash, and it was an accident, and I ran outside in this car, and there was this guy, and he was like, and he looked up and he saw me coming, he goes, "Sam, am I gonna make it?" But he's not drunk, he was drinking. So I went, "No, not tonight, mates."
Because when I think of when I was thinking of you driving the ambulance and rushing to these scenes,
Were you
I'm
clothed
thinking,
at the time?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, that's good. It makes a difference, man. It makes a difference.
There are other people in the room too, but I'm thinking
It's kind of weird, but yeah.
You probably don't understand all the medical terms, but you should at least know how to perform CPR. So I've got a friend that I want to introduce you to. So
He's a live model, man. Not sanitary.
Okay, so all right. So where's this fabrication taking place?
So the scene is Rachel McKenna was driving the car.
Yeah, Rachel McKenna.
Yeah, she was driving the car.
Yeah, we're there. Rachel McKenna. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sam Malini is the first to arrive on the scene.
Okay.
So what would Sam Malini do?
What would Sam
Yeah, what was...
it would be like?
Hang on. Are you okay? I need the heartbeat.
Hang on, we need to cut this up.
I need the.
Hang on, we need to get in there.
The lion sleeps tonight. Okay, hang on.
You know what?
And I can sing. Hang on, yeah. I need a time of day and where it's going to be.
I've got to
Alright?
set the scene
Now,
for you.
has she been drinking or has she been smoking cigarettes?
Shouldn't Sam be asking the patient?
What? I don't know.
I'm not in the scene.
How are you? Have you been? You're the one that's making it up, Steven Spielberg. You told me Paul Henry was coming. I came for Paul Henry.
Okay, so
Paul Henry going to be here or what?
Luke here, he's in his mid-20s.
no.
He hasn't been drinking.
Oh, so Luke.
He hasn't been drinking. But he's got arthritis. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam Malini turns up on the scene. What does he do?
All right. First off, right, you got to check the airways, right? You got to clear the airways.
Yeah.
So you just get in there. That stuff out. Because you don't want to put your face down there, why? Because if there's issue bears in there, no way. Next one, check the info, right there. Okay, so because hey, and if it's from the kingdom, there's some gold in there. You get the gold, man. I'm telling you. They'll pay you too much, man. So you check for the gold. Oh, silly. Right, and then you come in. All right. So it's all there. First thing, check that it's breathing.
Yeah.
So you have to listen. Right?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why you do that? Okay.
You know, next time I watch Shortland Street and I see them in action, I'm going to say that's just...
No, hang on. But then you find out, because if it's religious or whatever, because if it's a religious person, you can't. So you have to go through the nose up here.
That's a Spider-Man model. You gotta go to Spider-Man style.
I think we're going to move on to the next segment now. Ria, thanks for joining us on the show.
No worries.
Let's talk about the girl band Viva. When you decided to go solo, because you're using your real name, Ria, you didn't want to use a stage name? Because Viva is like a stage name. You didn't want to, like a Sasha Fierce or
I
anything
didn't
like that?
think about it that much, but now I wish I did. Like only because it's kind of hard to find my name and stuff online when people try and search. But yeah, it's all good.
You're in the presence of actors, writers, directors. Have you ever thought about getting into acting yourself?
I did a few acting things in high school, like our musicals, but not professionally. Like I've never thought about it that way.
Well, there you guys go.
Yeah.
Don't let us put you on.
Nah, you've inspired me actually.
Can you see yourself going nutty like Pinball?
No, probably not. That's a gift. I don't think I've got that.
Nutty is a gift. Nutty is a gift.
Yeah, Nutty's a good gift.
Right.
Just keeps on giving.
What can we look forward to in the future from Ria?
I'm working on an EP at the moment, so that should be out next month. And it's only, I think, 4 songs in the whole thing, so it's a short version of an album.
Cool.
That's what I'm working on now, yeah.
And you're about to perform for us as well?
Yeah, yes.
Looking forward to that.
So-
Got some great backup dancers as well. Hey, special thanks to all my guests, Katrina Lolo here, and of course the brothers Renz and Joe Nafahu. Make sure you go out, watch the film The Last Saint. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Here's Ria to take us out. Ciao for now.
You're knocking at my door. You love it, I just can't ignore. It's amazing how you love me like you do. When all I do is hurt you. See, I ignore you, till you hear my cry when I need you. You're always there when I need you. You pull up and I just quickly turn off the light. I've hurt you so many times. I don't know why